Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 7 of the Scooge Podcast.
Freaking hate my life.
I'm your host, Screwly D. Okay, Joseph, right off the get-go, has minus 100 points.
Here we go.
100 points taken
Here
off.
we go. I hate this daggone stupid crap.
I'm your host, Screwly D. And as always, I'm, unfortunately joined by JMash97 on this episode.
Yeah, and I unfortunately resigned the fact that I'm actually here this evening. Or this morning, whatever.
And I'm also joined by Darius from ScooterTube.
Hey, what is up, guys? Joseph here, the most lovable co-host on Scooge Podcast.
Dear
it's
Lord,
a pleasure to be here.
Roast. This is gonna be nothing more than a roast on me.
So, I thought today would go more smoothly with my cast members, but Darius was late for the meeting, so he got 25 points deducted, so he is at 175 right now, and Joseph has interrupted the whole introduction, and so he has minus 100. So he's at 100 right now, but I kind of expected...
Whoa. How many points did Darius get?
He got 25 off.
So he got 25 for being late, but I get 100 for just simply being saying even just quietly a little line at the beginning of this stupid video.
You interrupted me.
So you can say
yeah.
we're pretty triggered today.
I think only Joseph's triggered right now.
You're damn right.
But anyway, I thought, for one episode, both cast members would, just be at a clean slate of 200. But they both messed up, unfortunately.
Grr.
But it is what it is.
Like you mess up all the time, you stupid.
But today, we are all here, and it's great.
Wait,
I will say it's great.
I have a question.
Yeah, yes, dear.
What happens if we both end up hitting 0 on the same episode?
Well, if you both end up hitting 0...
This is going to be a solo show from now on.
That's a good question.
Hey, if it is just you for next episode, I say you do solo a Star Wars story next.
That's actually not a bad idea. Because I haven't seen that movie, and I heard it's not great.
I heard it wasn't too bad, though. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. From some sources, I've heard it's actually not that good. I mean, not that bad, but a lot of other people, I guess, diehard Star Wars fans, which I'm not a fan of, kind of just shit all over it. But that's actually not a bad idea.
They crap over anything, though. They crap over everything. Every daggone Star Wars movie that's come out.
That's true. But I don't know. Maybe that's not a bad idea, but I suck at solo podcasting. It's kind of awkward. That is actually a very good question you brought up. So if you both end up being in the negatives on the same episode, I'll probably
looking to get another co-host. All right, so Darius, you want to work together to get below 0?
I think we should start another podcast and call it Not Scooge. I think that's the thing to do.
Minus 50 points for a stupid joke.
No, I mean, just because someone says a joke, well, that depends on how offensive it is. If it's offensive, I'll probably deduct some points because we do have a sponsor. We probably have to be a little more mindful of what we should say.
Offensive joke.
But again,
you do offensive jokes all the time.
I think it's going to be a bit difficult for this episode because it's going to be hard not to be offensive in this episode, if that makes sense.
Why would it be hard to not be offensive? Elaborate.
I mean, like, all right, can you guys go ahead and say what movie we're talking about today and stuff?
They see it in the title. They see it in the title.
Well, we'll introduce anyway. We're talking about Joker, the film released last year around October in 2019, directed by Todd Phillips of The Hangover fame. It is a new take on Joker. We're no longer focusing on the Jack Napier sort of storyline of Joker. It's a brand new iteration of the character named Arthur Fleck.
I think it'll be kind of hard not to be offensive because obviously in this movie he has a mental illness / condition where he has like uncontrollable laughter, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, one of us, Joseph, might joke about mental illness a lot in this episode. Just clarification, we have no
Joseph sounded like when a Greyhound bus stops slowly. Whoa. Anyway, what were you saying?
Just for clarification, we have we as Scooge have no intentions in being offensive to anybody. Anything that Joseph says is on him. So
anything that Darius says is on him. Bad. Anything that Noah says is on him.
Wait, no, I speak for Scooge.
Right,
wait, what do you mean?
We're all held. Okay, we're all held accountable of what we say, and guys, just be mindful. Try not to interrupt each other because it is kind of hard to understand what someone is saying when someone's yelling over each other. So try to be respectful, and if someone's making a talking point, a legitimate one, let them speak.
What if they're spreading lies like Darius was?
Then let them talk, and then you'll have your rebuttal.
And this is the wild west.
At least try to, anyway.
This podcast,
because we want the podcast to be intelligible. So, go ahead.
This podcast ain't big enough for the both of us.
That's right. Joseph, you're fired.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I told you guys, remember on episode 1, Joseph? It was like episode 1 or episode 2. It was like around the 6 or 7 episode mark. Joseph would either leave or I'd fire him. I think it's coming to...
What episode number is this?
7.
Okay.
All jokes aside, Scooter Tube did actually bring up a legitimate point. There is a disclaimer. This does cover some heavy-handed topics, I guess you could say, and also spoilers ahead, but this is the highest grossing rated R movie ever made. I'm pretty sure most people and their grandmother have seen this.
I have now seen it.
Well, yeah. Darius is the last person to finish seeing Joker.
Yes, it took me a whole year, but I finally watched it.
But yes, we're finally talking about Joker, and it's almost a year later, and let's just kind of go over the movie and kind of look back its influence in popular culture and the little controversy that surrounded it on its initial release.
Holy crap, it is.
What?
I didn't. Oh, wow. Joker being the highest grossing R-rated film.
Yeah, it's like the first one to reach $1 billion, I think.
Yeah.
$1 billion.
Did you say you wanted to talk about the controversy first?
I think we should. I think that should be like a topic to discuss at the end of the episode, or would you want to?
Yeah, I thought it would be at the end as well.
Well, yeah. I don't know if you heard me through the Discord call, but I was just saying that we'll go over the movie and then talk about its influence in popular culture, then the controversy surrounding it.
Okay.
So. Okay. This was my recommended film, so I would usually kind of start us off, but I think Darius wanted to talk about it a little bit more since he isn't...
No, bro, you got it, bro. I don't want to, hog the spotlight, you sound a bit of a narcissist. I don't want to hog the Scooge spotlight.
Well, this is what Darius told me in private that he wanted to cover, but I guess he's had a change of heart.
I can do the beginning scene.
Okay, kind of. I think the beginning scene already is very gripping and a very good scene to set the story.
The beginning scene was quite funny, if you ask me. It's
funny. Okay,
it's with the guy, the main character Arthur. He's putting on this clown makeup. You're like, oh my god, he's the Joker. Oh my god. But like, yes, he's putting on this clown makeup, and you're wondering why is he doing this. His job as a sign flipper. He's flipping a sign. He obviously hates his life.
Well, that was this one gig. He's a hired clown.
Yeah. Obviously, I guess before that he was making faces in the mirror. See him making faces. You see a little tear roll down his eye when he tries to fake a smile. Oh, so sad. But while he's flipping a sign, some little bad kids, some little bad teenagers run up and just steal a sign, and he's just running after those kids up to the point where they're like beat the fuck out of him and leave him in the alleyway.
Right.
And then Joker comes up in big fonts. What do you guys think of this intro?
Well, I don't think it was funny.
Yeah, I was about to say, how do you think it's funny?
It was a joke, guys. Jeez. It was a joke. Jeez.
Like it kind of sets the tone from the get-go, and you could tell that this character has some emotional baggage that he's holding on to. And I just thought that the music was great. Well, sorry, there was no music, but like just the eeriness of the Gotham news playing in the background, and I don't know, just like it's just simple, but the sound design and just the cinematography, it's just really good, and it's just really gripping from the get-go, and you definitely want to get your audience's attention from the first 7 seconds or whatever the rule is.
That's one thing. That's one thing I could say I really like about this film, honestly, and that's the cinematography. Like each scene,
it's beautiful.
Each scene looks like it'd be like a background or like a thumbnail of its own. It's amazing. And I'm usually not a huge fan of like over color grading. Like, for example, I don't know if either of you two have seen the show Ozark on Netflix, but the whole fucking show is blue. Like, it's blue, like literally blue. There is no exaggeration to that. I love the show, but the color grading is awful. But this one, I think they had a nice balance with it. So, JMash97, give us some of your thoughts of how you felt of the beginning scene.
You pretty much said everything I was going to say about it, setting up the tone, setting up the character of Arthur Fleck being this kind of depressed human being that was struggling to gain any kind of sense of sanity, and you get the feeling that already from the beginning of it, like Darius was talking about with the kids stealing the sign, beating them up in the alley, luring them into the alley, then beating them up, that this is like a regular occurrence, sets up the world that he lives in perfectly.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm not sure if it's a regular occurrence for this to happen, because his boss Hoyt kind of grinds him about it, which it might have not been the first offense that he's done. I wouldn't call it offense, but the first of something like this happening. So after that, we go into the next scene that we see that Arthur regularly attends therapy sessions, and he has a journal that his therapist recommends that he writes all of his feelings, but he also uses this journal as a joke book. And Darius, what did you think about the funny joke?
Wait, what was the joke he said in here? I forget.
It said, I hope my life makes more sense, or I hope my death makes more sense than my life.
Well, no, I don't think that part was really a joke. I thought that was just something that he wrote in there.
No, it's a pun.
Was that
sense?
Was it?
Sense. Money.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. I guess I get it.
See, Arthur, he works as a clown, but he wants to be a stand-up comedian. So he has this journal that he also keeps as a joke book, and that was just one of the jokes. That's why he laughed at it.
Oh, okay. See, wait, all right. It's hard to figure out what times is he actually laughing, and what time is it the condition that's forcing him to laugh.
Well, I think they're pretty stark in contrast, like the tone of it, the level of volume that it is, and the length of it as well.
Okay, yeah, but in my opinion, the wanting to be a comedian thing kind of came out of nowhere for me. But it was cool. It has a weird sense of levity in this film because of how depressing it kind of makes you assume it's gonna be. Mm-hmm. So yeah. J-Man?
Now, okay, well, I actually want to ask you before we get into any thoughts that Joseph may have. Why did it catch you off guard? Can you explain that?
Oh, well, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I just didn't expect, like, not necessarily Joker. I don't want to seem like I'm talking about Joker and the character itself. I didn't think, like this... The beginning started so like depressing and gritty from like the colors and the feeling and the tone and everything, and then it cuts to the therapy session. He's like, "Oh yeah, I want to be a comedian." Like I don't know, that's just kind of weird to me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's like watching a sad thing, and this dude at the end's like, "Yeah, you know, I wanted to be like a YouTuber. It's fine. It's." I don't know.
Well, like one of the greatest comedians of all time, Jim Carrey, is actually a very, I wouldn't say cynical, but quite a depressed fellow. And I think a lot of comedians have some sort of darkness or depression behind the act that they pull.
Just look at Robin Williams.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
rest in peace.
Exactly. A lot of troubled souls that are in comedy. So, Joseph, do you have any points you want to get across before we move on?
About what in particular?
No, just any thoughts you may have. It doesn't have to be about anything.
I mean, not about like just where we're at in the movie.
Okay, nothing sticks out to you.
I will admit that I haven't seen it since I saw it that first time in December, January, whenever I saw it that one time.
Okay,
but it's still stuck with me.
Okay, well that's very telling of the movie if you can keep up with everything, which it is a very memorable movie.
Yeah, spoiler alert, my score is gonna be high.
Yeah, I think all of ours is. So, Darius, I want to get your impression when Joker goes back to his apartment to his mother, Penny. Well, what did you think about first seeing the Joker stairs, the infamous Joker stairs? What was your first reaction?
My first reaction, obviously because of all the memes, I'm like, oh, look, there's those stairs. I know those stairs.
Those darn stairs. And do you know where the stairs are? Do you know where the stairs are located at in real life?
It's like in New Jersey, I think.
What about Joseph? What do you think? But without looking it up,
I forget.
Shoot, I want to say Chicago.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Actually, I don't. Is you two are actually both wrong. It's in the Bronx, New York.
Damn, I was gonna say that at first.
I was thinking Chicago.
Chicago. That song always plays at my work, and I'm so sick of hearing it.
What? I don't even know what song you're talking about.
It's like I know it's not Frank Sinatra, but it's in that era or that genre of music where it's just like, what would you call that exactly? Like the Frank Sinatra Jr. type music, or not Junior, but original, but I guess Junior does the same type of music.
I don't know. I thought
what genre would you put that in?
I'm not sure, but I know Chicago as like isn't it like probably not that rendition that you're thinking on that comes on the radio, but isn't Chicago like
it actually
song?
It actually is Frank Sinatra. He sings Chicago.
I'm like
it says
music is Darius's expertise. Don't ask me nothing about music.
It's actually in the genre of rock, surprisingly.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call it rock.
I would not have said rock.
Yeah.
I would have said something like jazz or something.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah. Well, not exactly jazz, but it's like contemporary, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is it not from like Broadway, I would assume?
Like, it's a nice song, and Frank Sinatra's great, but when you hear it every single day of your life for the past 2.5 months, it becomes maddening. I might become the Joker at work because of society.
But while Arthur's in there with his mother, they look at the Murray Franklin show, and this is kind of where you see one of the first, I guess, delusions, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Where he kind of like pictures himself in the show, and like the spotlight's on him. Everybody's kind of all cheering and
loving him.
Yeah. It was interesting. I can't remember if it started here, but I remember after the thing, like you kind of see this eerily happy smile on Arthur's face, and I think
after the delusion, he's kind of like, it's like a
and after that, you start to notice the smile during like before something like happens, and that's when I'm like, oh, and because of all the reviews and stuff about it, I'm like, geez, now I'm not sure, like, does the smile indicate when something's like a delusion of his, or is it like something, or am I looking too into it? I'm not sure.
Well, from what I could tell, there's only 2 main delusions that he has. I don't know if anything else.
I would have said just
but I don't
one.
think there's. Well, we won't get into that, but that Murray one was certainly a little delusion that he had. So I'd say 2 technically.
I mean, there are those are 2 delusions, but I would really count one of them as like a major.
Yeah, I mean, one major one. Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that later. But yeah, Murray is played by the wonderful Robert De Niro. He didn't have much screen time in this, which I was kind of disappointed by with my initial watching, because I thought he'd have more of an integral role to the story, but still great.
I gotta disagree with that one, because really what the two of the main scenes that people talk about and people like watch on loop of Joker is the stairwell, the dance scene on the stairs, and the Murray, that scene at the end or near the end.
Right.
So he it's not how long you're on the movie. It's like how you.
Yeah, I'd say his role was pretty impactful.
I mean, that just what I wanted to say is because before the film came out, you know, you see Robert De Niro starring, and they said it was a new iteration of a story we haven't heard yet of Joker, and I like Robert De Niro, and I just thought he'd have more scenes. That's all I wanted to get across.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we pretty much. So if you knew like the Joker stories, correct me if I'm wrong, someone in the comments, because I know y'all will, comic book people. The only time that I personally know the Joker has ever been on a talk show is what happened in the movie.
He was in a talk show on one of the animated movies, I believe. Yeah, for sure. I can't remember the exact one, but like in the lore of like comic books,
Dark Knight Returns.
I don't. Yeah. But yeah, they said like the buzz around the film was it's directed by Todd Phillips, not, you know, someone who directs superhero films. It's a new story, and I just didn't know what to expect. That's why I was really excited for it. Where are we at in the story right now?
This is the point where he goes back to work. The dude Randall's like, yo, I hear all the trouble you be having, so he gives Arthur a gun.
Okay, before this, when did he meet that girl?
Yeah, was this before the Randall scene?
No, he didn't meet the girl before. It's afterwards.
I will say, I'll be honest. I'm looking on Wikipedia, like this plot rundown, to try and jog my memory of like some of these small details, and they have it where he meets the girl before that part of the Darius is talking about.
I took
Well, wait.
So
hold on.
I know when things happened.
Hold on, everybody. I think Darius may be right, because remember the little, shoot yourself in the head kind of thing. I think that happens after the gun scene, because I don't know.
I literally just said I took notes, so I know when things happened.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'll just go by Darius.
I'm just saying by what Wikipedia says. So whatever.
But
Didn't you try to discredit me, Joseph, that Wikipedia is not exactly accurate, or was that somebody else?
I'm not saying it's accurate. I'm just saying because I'm just looking on Wikipedia for like the details, because Randall gives gun for protection. I can remember that happening, even though I didn't remember it before.
Right.
I looked it up on Google.
Okay, that's fine. Like, just the little details don't matter. They happen around the same time. But let's just get into the.
But yes, Randall gives him the gun. Blah blah blah. He goes into the boss wants some, so he goes to see what the boss wants. The boss like, yo, why the fuck did you steal that sign? He's like, yo, I didn't steal the sign. Why the fuck would I want a sign? It's like, yo,
yeah. He's like, why does anybody do anything? Why would I steal a sign?
So basically,
yeah, I love that smile that Arthur
that's afterwards.
gives.
That's afterwards.
What?
No, nothing.
Okay. I love that. I just wanted to point out, I love the smile of like trying to pinpoint the emotion that Arthur may be feeling after Hoyt is grilling him about the fucking sign. He just has this smile.
Yeah. In my notes, I say when he smile, like, what does that trigger exactly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what I was. Okay, never mind. I was misreading this on some of these details. So yeah, that did happen before he met that girl.
And after the smile, that's when you see him, like, I guess beating himself up in the alley, like, kind of sad, kind of angry.
I wasn't paying attention. You said that Arthur.
No, I said was this scene where he's kind of getting upset in the back alley, or was that the later scene after he gets fired?
Oh no. Oh yeah, that's a good point. No, it was right after that scene. Yeah, where he's in the alleyway.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, smashing on the trash. And then he goes back home, right? And this is where he meets his neighbor, Sophie.
What do you guys think of the neighbor?
The only thing I could say about her, I don't know her actress name, but I did see her in a very recent movie that I watched.
It's Zazie Bates.
Isn't that the same woman who plays Domino in Deadpool?
Yes.
So what did you have to say about her?
She kind of bad though, low-key. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. She kind of bad. That's all I'm saying. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. After the scene with Sophie, does he go to his flat, and then Thomas Wayne's on the TV running for Gotham City Mayor, or am I thinking
that's the right scene?
Okay.
Well, did we get to the children's hospital though?
That's
I think that's afterwards.
Like a couple scenes afterwards.
I thought that was before.
That's a couple scenes afterwards.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think unlike what you said earlier, I do think this scene was kind of passable. Besides, like, one thing that Penny said to Arthur, which was she just kind of said Thomas Wayne was a good man, and that's only not passable because of what happens later. She
worked for Wayne Enterprises. They said sorry for that bump, some 30 years ago. So
after this is when he's kind of following the love interest around.
Yeah, he goes into full stalker mode after he initially meets Sophie. He comes very infatuated with her, and he follows her throughout the whole day.
The only thing I have written down in my notes is stalker? Question mark?
Well,
it is funny.
It's not really a stalker when the twist came. So, you know,
it is funny to compare probably with my notes and Darius' notes. Someone seeing it for the first time and then someone already seeing a movie. Stalker? Question mark? You know what would be hard is like seeing a film, like a screening, and you're not able to pause it, so you have to just jot little.
Yes, bro. I'm happy that like this did have a lot for me to write about, but at the same time, like I could type some stuff out without, I guess, going into full detail. Like later on, I could just say train scene because everyone knows what I'm talking about when I say train scene and stuff like that.
Well, there's two.
Come on, Joseph. You know what I'm talking about when I say train scene.
I mean, there's two pretty. There's one that's a little more impactful than the other, but still, both of them.
But going back, he just followed the love interest chick around. I keep forgetting her name in movie. But the day ends and basically she confronts him about it. It's kind of cheeky, kind of funny. I like it.
Right? Do you think this is a real moment or not a hallucination, but just like a delusion?
I think, all right, based on what happens later on, I think the stalking part was real, but I don't think the confrontation later on was
right
real, if
where she was saying, "I was hoping you'd rob the place."
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it was
Well, maybe, but I think the only time they actually saw each other, besides that little ending confrontation in her room or living room, whatever, was that time in the elevator.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
But you said the stalking.
Yeah,
the stalking came after the
elevator. I think he was actually stalking her.
Yeah, I was saying after that scene, he became infatuated with her and started stalking her.
I don't know. I could see that, but I didn't think about I just thought he saw her in the elevator, and then every scene with that character's from that point on until that scene in the living room was completely his delusion. But yeah, that could be he could have actually been stalking her. I don't know.
Okay.
But then Arthur has a gig at the children's hospital.
Yeah. And
he stops once.
Yeah, we did say spoiler alert at the top of this.
Yes, and most people know if the podcast. Okay. I don't know. If they're followers of the podcast, we usually discuss at length the plot points. But yeah, I did say controversial topics and spoilers ahead at the beginning.
Oh.
So he does one too many stops when he gets lit at the children's hospital, and his .38 pistol drops out from under his cuffs, and then he gets fired.
Yeah, the only thing I have written down from this is, was it a setup? Question mark?
Why would it be a setup?
Like Randall giving him the gun, was this a reason for him to give him the gun because he knew something like this would happen?
I don't think I don't think it was out of malintent. That was just on Arthur to carry it to a children's hospital, but there you could see there was some sort of friendship between these two, and he just wanted Arthur to protect himself.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
I mean, it was on Arthur to bring it with him everywhere for some reason. But yeah, he kind of becomes infatuated with the gun as well, because remember when he was watching TV,
yeah,
he was pretending to aim it at people.
Yeah.
Then this leads up to the
Heck,
what?
his original plan to go on the Murray show was to off himself.
Oh yeah. But
Yep, this leads up to the first train scene
yes.
where these politician dudes are messing with this female.
Well, they work for Wayne Enterprises
Yeah, in a very bad way.
or Wayne Manor or whatever.
They're messing with this female in a very bad way.
Not in the worst way. They're just like chucking French fries at her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They're just being annoying, but still. Like, if you're on a subway, you should just shut up but not everybody does that in public transportation. You remember the slap heard from around the world when that guy slapped that lady on the subway?
I do not know what you're talking about, actually.
You know, that viral video where the guy slaps the girl and it's super loud.
Nope, do not know what you're talking about, man.
Okay, just me. We're gonna take a quick sponsor break. We'll be back after these messages. Are you looking or have the drive to create your very own podcast? Does it seem like a tedious task or just a dream you have to work your way up through the ranks just to get to? Well, look no further. Thankfully, there's Anchor. Anchor is a totally free site and application that will get your podcast going from the ground up. There's plenty of creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. Also, you can make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Make sure to download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. Alright, we are back. Still talking about Joker.
That was a long break.
Yeah, it was.
Sadly, the break was a bit too long, so do you guys know where we left off from?
I think we were talking about Red Hood.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh dear Lord,
That
here we
makes
go.
sense.
I knew he was going to bring it up.
So we're talking about Jason Todd now. He was brutally attacked by the Joker. So
Oh man.
Actually, in all honesty, where were we at?
it has been a few weeks at this point. J-Mash, do you remember where we were?
I want to say.
Are we at the scene where?
Real quick. Oh, we were on the train scene. We were on the train scene.
How could we forget? I was about to go straight into why the social service is shutting down.
Okay.
I was gonna. Okay. We were gonna miss the entire transformation of the Joker to the Joker. Scooch podcast worst episode.
Worst episode? Question mark. Worse than episode 5?
Worse than episode 5.
Hey, I've already apologized for
You
that.
didn't apologize to me directly.
Wait, didn't he do that in the last episode?
Nope.
I could have swore he said I'm sorry in the last episode
Yes,
when
I
you brought
did.
it up.
He did not.
Yes,
no, he
I
didn't.
did.
Go listen.
Play back the tape.
Yeah,
Play
we're
back
gonna
the
play
tape.
it right now.
Because I don't really owe you an apology.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. I had to manually go inside your audio. And as you
refuse
see,
to believe
Joseph
you
did not
actually gonna go
apologize to me
back and
directly. He apologized to the
And as you can see, that I did.
the loyal fan base of Scooch. He did apologize, but not to Noah Skrilly D directly.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Joseph Joker starts laughing uncontrollably, and they're like, "Hey, wise guy, what's so funny, eh?" And then
Hey, what's
Joker
the
shoots the
big
crap
idea?
out of him.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you skipped a few points, but yeah, that's basically what happened.
Just for saying, what's up, wise guy? Bam, bam, bam.
I'm not wise. How dare you say that?
Yeah, he even chased the dude out of the fucking train.
Oh, yeah.
The name is Fleck. Arthur Fleck.
Yeah, then basically he becomes 007. It was a very interesting
I got a license to make jokes.
All right, guys. This podcast is getting a little bit silly. A little too silly.
A little too jokey.
Remember when after the last guy that Arthur shoots, he said, "I am Joker."
Yeah, yeah, but in all seriousness, afterwards he weirdly goes into I don't know where, like I guess a stall of some sorts, and just starts doing some interpretive dancing. And at this point, I'm like, well,
it's like ballet.
At this point, I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? I'm so confused.
He's just feeling himself, bro.
It turned into Swan
Like you
Lake.
kind of see.
It went from Goodfellas to the Nutcracker real good, real quick.
Yeah, I mean, like, just by this character, you know, he does like little dances, and he's just feeling himself. That's like, you see this character as confident when he's dancing as most confident. So I think this scene just really shows that he's confident, and he doesn't feel bad about being himself even after shooting or gunning down 3 men.
Okay, so another question. After this point, did this scene actually happen? It's the scene where he just kind of storms into his neighbor's room and just starts making out.
That did not happen.
Yeah,
that did not happen.
But then what did it?
That was a power trip. That was just a little power trip in his head.
What did it look like then? Was he just kissing himself? What did it look like then?
He's kissing Penny.
It was just all in his head.
It was Penny.
Oh no! No!
Well, it's not his real mother.
Oh, still. Oh. God almighty.
And then,
you remember what we said at the beginning of this podcast with us being responsible for our own stupid jokes? You're responsible for making an incest joke.
It's not incest. It's not his real mother.
It's basically the one who raised him.
I mean, if I had a stepmom that raised me,
Holy
and she got them cheeks, I don't know.
Oh, dear Lord.
So.
Stupid. Good Lord.
But sadly, I don't think Penny has them cheeks.
Oh my God.
I don't know, man. She kind of cute in her own way. if the neighbor wasn't so cute, maybe I'd be looking at Penny.
Well, think about it. It's not too crazy. He already bathes his mother, so
yeah.
So after that one, does he also has a delusion where Sophie goes to his door, right? And wait, did we already discuss that? Where she confronts him, and he says he's a comedian, or he does stand-up comedy. Yeah. You should come see it.
We didn't go into full detail, but we just said she kind of confronts him about it.
So did we skip the whole entire comedy club scene?
No, that hasn't happened yet.
But there is a point where he's like, you should come to a show sometime.
Yeah, that's right after the stalking stuff.
We are going beat for beat in this daggone movie.
We are.
Well, how would you want to do it, J-Mesh? I'm just curious.
I mean, not go by every single detail.
Well, what would you...
Unless y'all really have something.
Okay, we don't want this to be too long. What point do you want to delve into, or what part of the movie do you want to get into?
Come back to me.
Okay, Darius, is there anything you want to... Like anything in your notes you want to express?
Right after this point, this is when the next therapy session happens.
Oh, right. Social services closed down, and Arthur has no way to get his seven different medications.
Correct.
So he's off his rocker, especially now. Those meds.
Yeah, and he was already, I guess, on the edge because he started off with saying like, you don't even hear me. You only ask me the same fucking questions every time.
Right.
Like, why am I here? Etc. Etc. So yeah, after that, that's when the stand-up session happens.
Okay, is this where he's observing the stand-up comedian and he has the notes where it's like work the crowd and stuff like that?
No, we 100% skipped that scene.
No, that's a good scene.
No, we 100% skipped that scene. This is where he's up there on stage.
I guess it's not. Okay, sure. I want you to kind of talk about this. What did you think about it?
There was a lot of laughing. Some could have confused it for nervousness for those who didn't think he had a condition.
Now here's something that I still question after seeing this about the third or fourth time. Is this scene in his head?
I mean, no, because
him
Murray
going up
on the
and stand up, did he actually do it? Because the crowd,
I would say so because of the Murray clip.
Yeah.
I know, but like
now, I think the first half was real.
No, okay, not. I'm not saying that part didn't happen, but like, did he imagine?
I don't think the girl was there. I don't think the girl was
but
there.
also the crowd.
I don't know.
I guess they thought he was funny.
No, the crowd did not cheer. If that's what you're asking, the crowd did not cheer. If that's what you're asking.
Okay, yeah. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, the only note I had from that was he bummed hard.
He bummed hard.
Did he?
He did a.
Or did he?
He did a big bum.
Question mark.
He bombed.
Bombed. I think
the next note I have in here, because she was there, sort of. Who knows? Was love interest kind of bad though.
I'll be honest. As far as the love interest goes, I thought it was real up until that moment where it was revealed it wasn't. I was thinking they were going to kill her off, and that's what would have caused him to go into madness.
Huh.
That would have been something interesting.
That's what I thought
to
was
explore.
Yeah, it would have.
But the twist that it was actually all in his freaking head, holy crap. Yeah, I had to pause the movie for about 5 or 10 minutes.
It honestly didn't impact me all that much. Like, I just thought this was kind of pointless. Why even have a love interest at all?
I think the only reason it didn't impact me was because I've already heard a lot of people talk about it before. Mm-hmm. And I also think that if I didn't hear anybody talk about it and I went into this movie, I would have liked it a whole lot more than I do.
I don't know. It just like I didn't really see it as a huge twist sort of thing. I mean, I like the. I wouldn't say dynamic of it. Like, I guess it was kind of an interesting D story, but ultimately I probably could have done without. But it's in here. We gotta live with it.
We're 100% going plot for plot, and we're only an hour into this game.
All right, let's kind of. Joseph, you said you went back to your notes. Do you want to get into some meat and potatoes?
I mean, the next couple of scenes are like very integral to the movie, I would say, though. So, like, if anything, we could have skipped the beginning, but now at this point, I think we just had to full on go for the rest.
Sure.
I mean, the stuff with the Thomas Wayne, Bruce Wayne, and Alfred Pennyworth cameos. Well, Bruce Wayne and Alfred real cameos, and Thomas Wayne.
This is the moment where you're like,
role.
oh, this is a part of a superhero universe.
Yeah.
So when Arthur goes back to his flat, he kind of reads this note, and it's a note that Penny wrote for Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of like skimming over some stuff, and it's like, me and your son needs you. Hey, it's your son. We need
Where
your
the child
help.
support at, though?
Yeah. Yeah, so he kind of tries to go confront Penny about it, but she kind of just lost herself in the room.
Now, here's a really interesting question that I don't think many film critics ask when discussing this movie. When Joker made little Bruce Wayne smile, what do you think his fingers tasted like?
Oh my god.
Cigarettes, maybe? Or maybe he had lunch prior?
See, you want to know the sad thing is, I thought you were going like legit analytical, like kind of question, thought provoking question. Then you come up with that daggum stupid thing.
I mean, why was Bruce not?
Dear Lord,
Why was Bruce not like just like totally grossed out? It must have not been too bad. Like,
All right. So I do have an actual question for like around this scene.
okay.
Hypothetically speaking, should someone care at that point in your life, like who your actual parents are? Like, if you kind of find out, like, your mom's not actually your actual mom or something like that, should you actually care at that point? Like, you're like in your 30s, 40s. That's not going to impact the rest of your life that much.
Well, I think well, it does impact your life psychologically, whether you think so or not, throughout your whole life. And I think it's also just out of pure human curiosity, your actual parents were.
Yeah.
So as this movie shows, it gives you the right to kill her
But
and get away with it.
Get away with it.
We don't have any kids watching this, do we?
nope.
That's a good question.
Unless they tell Spotify and YouTube that they're 18 over.
Well, that never happens.
Yeah, but yeah, like Joseph said, after the butler Alfred says like, "Yo, she's just crazy, dog." He goes into the Arkham State Hospital to find
Get out of my crib.
to see, and turns out she actually is delusional. I think they said
He went to Arkham Asylum for her files.
Yeah.
And
Said, "Get out of my crib, dog."
that's why
Yeah, he kind of stole the files and found out he was adopted
yeah. And
abused as a kid.
yeah, that's why he has the laughing disorder, whatever it's called. I wonder what the name is.
And I put in my notes. I don't know if this is like super analytical or not, but I did put this on my notes. Well, no, wait, never mind. This doesn't make sense anymore. Never mind.
Well, I want to hear it now.
It
I
doesn't
wanna
make
hear it
sense
now.
anymore because at this point it was just like Thomas Wayne isn't the father, and I was like, well, who fucked her? That was my question, but it was like, no, he's adopted, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
That makes sense now.
But do you think Thomas Wayne hit that?
He probably did.
Because I mean, yeah, because she held on to a picture of them with a nice little note on the back.
Bro, I
About
would
her
have
smile.
both Thomas Wayne.
Did you say you would have if you're Bruce
No,
Wayne?
he said
Oh my
Thomas.
God.
Thomas.
Oh my god!
Oh, I was starting to get a little worried there, Jerry. Sheesh.
Oh yeah, guys, this is
You do remember Bruce Wayne is like an 8-year-old in this movie, right?
guys, this
Dear God,
this is something that kind of bothers me.
man.
Like, even once Bruce turns like 20, that'll be like 10 plus years down the line. Joker will be almost in his 60s. So how is Joker gonna fight Batman?
Oh wait, what do you mean? This is a standalone movie. What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't think this was like meant to build into the Batman.
Well, I'm not
they-
saying
they-
I'm not saying that it is, but if like the same stuff happens, like as he's gonna become Batman in this universe. I'm just saying, in this universe specifically, how is
they set that up. With
how is Joker gonna be a threat to Batman if he's already in like almost in the 60s? Not saying that, I don't know.
Maybe there's another Joker.
I mean, I was gonna say Joker's a considerable amount. Like, he was already like an adult or something when, like, in the comics when he.
Right, I know he's older than Batman, but I think like maybe late 40s at the most in most iterations of Joker. All right, that's all I wanted to ask you guys.
Yes, his mom's been hospitalized. Yeah, they go in there. Also, the detectives try to go up to him and ask him about some questions, but he doesn't want to hear them. One of the detective dudes I recognized as Light Turner's father from the Netflix Death Note movie.
What do you think about Arthur going into the exit door? That was one of the most lighthearted parts of the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Again, that was a bit of levity to like this very kind of like gritty.
He was like waving at the censor. I've done that before.
I don't think I've hit myself with a door before. Surprisingly.
Like, even though, like, I don't know, that's like the only part of the movie that caught me off guard or surprised me. What's that? Because I just didn't expect it. And it would have been like a badass scene to get away from the detectives, but it just turned pathetic.
Jesus Christ.
But Arthur does end up becoming a badass at the end. So, another thing I wanted to discuss that I don't think many film critics get into when discussing the Joker is
Dear Lord, if this is like your daggone stupid last question.
Darius, what would you do if you were Penny's nurse when she was hospitalized?
Wait, what? What kind of a question is that?
What would you do if you're Penny's nurse?
What do you mean? Like, alright, okay. If I was Penny's nurse,
Darius probably gonna say something like banger.
I'd be like, hello miss, what is your issue? We can roleplay right now if you want to. Like, you can be Penny and I can be the nurse.
Okay, I'm gone. I'm leaving. Y'all have a good rest of the podcast.
Where at?
This is going to after hours. This is going to after hours.
I'm
right
hungry.
I'm sorry, miss. You can't eat today. I'm your nurse for today, though. I'm here to give
Pitch, give me food. My son's the Joker. You don't want to mess with Joke.
Oh no, we hate clowns here. Here, take the food.
I thought it was sweet that she always called him Happy.
Was that what she said? I couldn't understand.
Yeah,
called him every time.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, his name's Arthur, right? Yeah, she calls him Happy.
I thought she called him like Fappy or something. I'm like, what?
It's Happy. That is kind of one problem where it's like everything's a nod to him becoming Joker, like smiling, being a clown, some mother calling him Happy, comedian. Yeah. I think it is just like, okay, we get it.
Yeah, I can understand that. At this point, when he's in there with his mother, they see Murray on TV. He's kind of that's when they show some of the scenes from Arthur's thing, and he's kind of like picking fun at him.
Yeah.
Etc. Etc.
Well, look who's laughing now.
Well, look who's laughing now.
I used to think J Mash Life was a comedy. Now I realize it's a straight to DVD.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just like your mom. Oh!
Minus.
Add that little sound effect.
Minus 100 points. So, Joseph will not be joining us in the next episode. No, I'm just kidding.
Blah 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 blah. you see a clown rally, blah blah blah. He sneaks into a movie theater and sees.
Explain why there are clown rallies.
Oh, because for some reason people thought that the clown guy that killed those 3 Wayne Enterprise people in the subway was like an act of adding against like capitalism or socialism or whatever.
Kind of, really, and also
those are 2 different ones.
Yeah, but I couldn't decide on which one were they trying to portray actually.
Also, Thomas Wayne like called. I can't remember.
He called them clowns.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So they kind of embraced the meme.
Yeah, but Thomas punched Arthur in the face.
You know, it'd be funny if Harvey Weinstein was Two-Face in this movie.
You know, it'd be funny if Steve Harvey was Two-Face in this movie.
Wait.
Now that I could get
wait. Guys, listen. He's Two-Face, but only half his mustache is shaved.
Or what about like half of the face was him and the other half was like Dr. Phil?
Now that'd be something I want to watch. And Ella DeGeneres is Poison Ivy.
Well, Ella's getting canceled.
She canceled you, bro.
No, y'all, if you seriously not heard,
Joseph. But I mean, people have been talking about that for like a year.
The weirdest,
not that I've heard.
The weirdest part after this scene, after he is punched by Thomas Wayne, the weirdest part after this scene is him right here in the kitchen,
in the fridge,
stuff out of. Yeah, like taking stuff out of the fridge. Like, I'm assuming that used to be a punishment as a kid.
Interesting.
I'm assuming that's what it was. And maybe he kind of like Stockholm syndrome, kind of started feeling a bit of comfort from being in there. I'm assuming so.
I just think it was too hot and he got fired and he didn't have the money to pay for power. Which I guess his fridge would be shut off.
He didn't. Yeah, I was just about to say if he didn't have stuff for power, wouldn't that refrigerator stop working?
Maybe he just, I don't know. Maybe it was another person's place.
Yeah, but
it was the girlfriend's place.
It might have been actually because the kitchen looked different than his place. Maybe.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Yeah, but after this, he got a phone call. He was invited to the Murray Franklin show. He accepted. Apparently, apparently, we acted a bit too fast earlier. He didn't go ahead and look at the records then. It was like now when he looked at the records, because after he looks at the records right here in this scene is when he goes straight into his neighbor's room and just kind of sits there.
Mm-hmm.
All distraught and stuff, and I have in my notes, she acts like she has never seen him before, only in passing.
Well, I was just shocked because, like, if I saw someone I know from work and they're just sitting in my living room, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I could understand that, but then she was like, wait, you're Arthur, right? The neighbor dude. And I'm like, oh, she hasn't seen him before, has she? And then it cut into all the parts when it's like, no, you thought she was there, but really he was talking to himself this entire time.
And then they sit down to watch Sanford and Son.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
All right, guys, we don't want to be copyright strike. Joseph, you don't want copyright.
I put right here in the notes, she's still bad though.
She's why would that change? Why would that change? How would that change? Okay.
This is the only quote from the movie I wrote down. I used to think my life was a tragedy. Now it's a fucking comedy.
My fucking.
Only he didn't say fucking.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think he
Yeah,
did.
he did. Why would I write it down like that then?
Actually, I think
Because you always like to
I
say
think
that
Darius
word.
is actually right.
Yep. So after this is when he goes back into the hospital. Kind
Kills his
of
mom.
lightly puts a pillow down on his mother's face.
Lightly.
Kind of tells her to go to sleep. You can go to sleep, mommy. It's fine.
I don't think it quite went like that. I don't think it quite went like that.
Then how did it go, man? Hey, Joseph, how do you think the smothering went? Did he go like, calm down, mommy, it'll be okay? And she was like, okay, so how did you think the smothering went, bro?
Smothering.
The smothering.
He ran in there, grabbed the pillow, started smothering. Didn't even talk.
I was on the plane when I first watched this movie, and I was cheering, and people were looking at me. Kill Penny.
Kill Penny.
You get what you fucking deserve.
Jesus Christ.
Hashtag Penny for your thoughts.
Hashtag penny pinching.
Hashtag Pennyworth.
Like Alfred Pennyworth.
Hashtag Pennywise.
Oh.
Hashtag Abe Lincoln on the penny.
Okay, that one's just stupid.
Hashtag
this is
Pinhead from. Okay.
Okay.
You call him
We're
Pinhead.
getting dumber and dumber. We're getting dumber and
It
dumber.
gets. I'm not as skoosh. Does it get sillier from the beginning or at the end?
at the end.
Yeah,
I feel like it's sillier at the beginning, and then we kind of get.
You think Pinhead is more stupid? Is less stupid?
Did you know there's a medical condition of being a pinhead?
Jesus.
Imagine your doctor going up to you, it's like, "Yep, you're a pinhead."
You're a pinhead.
Which head you talking about?
You're medically a pinhead.
Which head you talking about?
Okay, so what part are we in?
He just smothered his mom.
Okay.
You start getting some very, very subtle reasonings as to, oh, he might blow his brains out at the end of the show. It's very subtle. You might not catch them, but there were very subtle hints to that.
I wouldn't really call it subtle.
He's
Very
being
subtle
sarcastic.
I don't. With Darius, I don't know when he's being sarcastic and when he's being deadpan
Maybe just
serious.
has autism.
See, that's the offensive joke right there of the episode.
How's that offensive? It's just like diagnosing him. When does autism become a bad word? It's like saying, "Oh, I got a cleft lip." It's just something you have.
And that's like saying, oh, you're a retarded person.
No, now that's offensive. You're saying autism
That's
people
not
are
offensive.
retarded.
God almighty!
That's not offensive.
Okay.
If someone has mental retardation and you say, oh, you're a retarded person.
I know, but you kind of mixed that in relating to autism, right?
I was giving an example.
Okay.
I was giving an example.
Because if you
Okay, guys, I'm gonna try and save this sinking ship.
Okay.
Okay. So about killing Penny. Where were we?
Yeah, he was given very, very subtle hints that, he might blow his brains out at the end. This might be the end of good old Arthur.
and that's when I was like, okay, where's Joker 2?
Okay, so after
You
this,
two are going to
you
hell.
start seeing,
Wait, what?
after this, you start seeing
Where
him,
did
like,
that come from?
After this, I'm trying to talk
No,
about.
we're
you.
talking
Trying to
about-
save your
After
own.
this.
You're
You're trying to
talking
save
about-
your own ass. That's what you're trying to do.
I remember. I just remember. I really don't remember what we were talking about. But autism.
Darius saying it's retarded.
That was there. Yeah.
Jeez.
No, That was just an example. No.
God almighty.
Okay, let's get on with it, guys. Should we go right into Joker going on to the show?
Yeah, all right. Give me a second. After this is, he was putting on his makeup, getting ready. He hears a knock at the door. Goes to it. It's Randall and a little midget guy.
Okay.
Wow.
The little short guy.
Darius,
It was like Gary or something.
I think the term B should probably use as dwarf.
I don't know if that's any better.
That's what they prefer. Actually, that's actually PC.
Yeah, it's called dwarfism.
Wow.
They actually take offense to the M word.
The N word. Nidget.
I don't think we're gonna make it to 100 episodes, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even saying anything about this kind of stuff.
Hey. We gave a warning for offensive.
We said controversial topics.
You gave a warning for offensive comments.
We gave a disclaimer for controversial topics, not.
No, we gave a warning for like bad jokes. We gave a warning for bad offensive jokes.
Okay, sure.
We gave a warning for bad offensive jokes. But yeah, they come in and they're like, "Yo, dog, we heard about Penny's passing. Just came here to tell you it's gonna be alright, dude, etc., etc." And he just kind of fucking kills Randall right there.
Because
doesn't he kill him with a screwdriver?
Like a screwdriver or scissors or something.
Scissors. But yeah, he. It's not for some reason. He does it because he kind of felt betrayed.
He thought he set him up, like I thought earlier as well. No, he felt betrayed
because he told Hoyt that, or not, sorry.
He got on fire, basically.
Yeah. At a rough time, Arthur was going to, and it just kind of felt like, okay, everybody's against me, so.
Yeah. So, I guess this is the only bit of, excessive violence I see in this film, from what everybody else was talking about, and I wouldn't even think this is that excessive. It's only excessive because it's a non-horror film. I guess it's the only reason I would consider it excessive.
And that kind of puzzles me. That was one of the controversies, is that it was brutally violent. It's it's kind of tame.
If anybody thinks that this movie is. Not that it's not violent, because it is, violence. But any violent to that extreme that warrants that controversy, you really haven't been watching that many movies and TV shows nowadays. Yeah. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Just Tarantino movies. And I love Tarantino movies, but even that has more violence than any scene in Joker.
Star Wars.
Yeah. No, the only thing I can personally compare it to at this point is because I saw the detective in this movie, all I can think of was the Netflix Death Hunt movie. And that movie had way more excessive violence than this Joker movie could ever have in here. So yeah, there was barely any violence in here, surprisingly. After this you start seeing where all the memes come from. There's a lot of Joker scenes right here in this little moment.
Yeah.
Noah, what do you think of the Joker scenes?
It inspired me to create, to pursue a YouTube career.
As a dancer?
As a YouTuber.
We're going to be breakdancers, guys. We're going to be interpretive breakdancers.
Lord.
That thrust the sky sometimes.
I'm surprised no one's talked about how my Avi is inspired by the Joker, or the whole aesthetic in general.
Oh, I know. Joker, but spelled Joeker.
That's the title of this episode. Joke.
Crap.
Oh yeah, Joseph, you forgot to give us a Joker laugh. No, we'll say that. We'll say that for the end. We'll say that for the end. So
this is where things kind of get interesting. This is where the Murray Franklin show happens.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yes, hello guys. I would like to be referred to as Joker when you introduce me.
you did not
please.
say it like that, but
I would like you to introduce me as Joker, as you may.
yes, I will be fighting Batman in the future.
Yes, yes, exactly.
And be voiced by Mark Hamill.
Yes, me, the Joker.
If he was a fellow weed man, he would be introduced as Toker.
Joker.
And yeah, so get into that scene, Darius, because I'm kind of tired of talking, to be quite frank.
This was actually a pretty interesting scene, as obviously all the movie is. I don't know why I always start off saying stuff like that, but he gets introduced. He walks out there. He kind of like skips out there, kind of does this little dance and stuff. They kind of like tell him like, yo, we don't want you to come out here like that because of all the clown stuff that's happening, but he kind of insists on it, and so they decide, hey,
Well, Murray was fine with it.
So they bring him out there. He sits down, he jokes around, he kisses the lady person. And they sit down and talk for like 2 seconds. Then he opens his book and reads them some of his jokes. And then he kind of looks at Murray and he's like, yo, dog, you're running into problems with this society, dog. The society doesn't like you, bro. And Murray's like, yo, what do you mean? He's like, knock, knock. And then he shoots him.
I don't think it quite went down that way.
What are you talking about?
Exactly like that. It went exactly like that.
Knock, knock, boom.
It's exactly like that. It's like Shinedown. Click, click, boom.
It wasn't even a knock knock joke.
That's not Shinedown.
It is Shinedown.
We'll ask Joseph. Is click, click, boom Shinedown?
That is Shinedown.
Joseph.
What was the question?
Is click, click, boom from Shinedown or another band?
Saliva.
See, we're both right.
Damn it. Alright.
I knew Joseph would clarify it. So Joseph, you said you wanted. We're already at the ending, and you said there's stuff you wanted to get into. So take center stage for us, if you want to.
I mean, really, one of the main things I want to talk about was that twist with a girlfriend, imaginary girlfriend. Then there's the entire stair scene, perfectly like a mirror image of last time. I believe the last time it showed, like there were 2 times it showed that staircase. One that when he was going up after he got fired. No, after like he was going up the stairs, if I remember right. After he got fired, like depressed, and then the second time was that dance scene where he felt good about himself. Just a complete polar opposite image, and the transition into the other train scene that I was talking about with the escape, where he was blended into the. Are you guys just saying to everything I say? You sons of boo.
Ask Darius. If I say it means I'm actually listening.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to refer to as well. But now it's a joke. Now we're just gonna keep saying it, or now I'm just gonna keep saying it.
I mean, blends into everybody in the crowd. Finally able to escape. Go to the Murray show, and from there it's just chaos for the until the end of the credits.
Clown pandemonium. Joseph, tell us the scene where Joker is getting riled up with Murray, and then the big boom happens. The click click boom.
The click click boom.
I mean, it was set up that his original plan for going on that show was to kill himself. And then as he was sitting down and talking to Murray got under his skin and he changed his plan to kill Murray instead.
You see,
when you guys caught that or not.
When I watched it, I never thought that he intended on killing himself.
I mean,
did you not? I mean, I get it. It was very. I guess
subtle, it was subtle. If Noah didn't get it, I didn't think it was subtle.
I mean, I just didn't interpret it like that. That he was gonna
like
kill
where
himself.
He was talking about, like where he after he got the call and when he was like preparing, like doing that little rehearsal, I guess, at his like in the comfort of his own house, watching Murray on the TV set, sitting on the couch and put the gun to his neck, boom.
I just thought that was a little gag.
They did the whole crowd laughter afterwards.
Himself.
Oh wait, what? Wait, what part of the movie made you think it was gonna be a gag?
I mean, he was just practicing. Like, you wouldn't really.
What part of the movie made you think that autism was retarded?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, I think you would.
You think he would what?
And Noah said you wouldn't really practice shooting yourself. I said, I think. I mean,
who would care how good they look if they're shooting themselves? If it looked right.
He said his life was a comedy, so he would want it to be like a perfect joke. You know what I mean?
Okay, sure. I could see that now.
And then plus in like some stances, like I'm not really sure about the whole like shooting your brains out, but like if there's some other chances if you try to kill yourself, there could be an off chance that you actually survive. So you would want to practice a bit to make sure you actually know what you're doing. But like, just a preference, guys. Do not do anything like that. That's bad. That's very bad. Get some help if you're thinking about stuff like this, please. Yeah.
I don't think many people. Okay. So.
Suicide isn't funny, Noah.
I didn't say it was.
Yeah,
funny.
Noah.
So why'd you laugh?
Yeah, Noah.
I was just saying, like, I don't think
Noah.
many people have the opportunity to go on live TV and want to kill themselves.
I mean, no, not necessarily that, but like any form of self-infliction to the point of.
Well, I just think that it's insulting. It's like they know it's wrong, but
he wanted to be a martyr.
Is different.
Because all of those people that were in the streets, like on his side, like behind him, that was like the first time in his life that he felt like he had like fans, so to speak.
What would killing himself do then?
Become a martyr.
And what would happen? Like, what would that incite?
Do you know the definition of being a martyr?
Yeah, I do. But like, if he killed himself, like, if he
would start a movement.
I mean, the movement was already happening.
But if he becomes a martyr, that would have made it that would have kicked it into full gear.
Yeah, I can see
Okay,
that.
sure.
If you don't believe me, I really don't.
I'm not saying I don't believe
this
you.
briefly. I'll just mention this very briefly because I really don't want to get into the stuff that's going on in the real world, but these
you don't have to, J-Mash, you don't have to. You don't have to, J-Mash. Let's not get political.
No, I'm not saying anyone's wrong. I'm just saying my side. If we all had the same outlook on the movie, that'd be boring. I'm just saying from what I saw, I didn't really see him as wanting to go out as a martyr, and I would see like a little bit of like there's already a movement being started, but I guess it would increase it somewhat.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't even think he was going to kill himself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying if he were to do it, I wouldn't think it would. I don't know.
I wouldn't think he would have done it on purpose of being a martyr, because he said before that like he doesn't believe in any of that political shit. He just kind of just doing whatever. Like he said, those guys got on his bad side, so he had to do what he had to do. Like, so he said he doesn't believe in any of that stuff. So
right. So why would he have the intention of being a martyr then?
I think it would have been like an accidental case of him.
How would he accidentally shoot himself?
Becoming a martyr. No, not accidentally shoot himself, but accidentally become a martyr.
So unintentionally,
because he was already planning to shoot himself. Okay. Yeah.
I do like your guys' outlook on it. Just I've never saw it that way. So yeah, he goes to Arkham after that. Well, actually, no. There was a person part of the movement who guns down the Wayne parents.
Yep. And that's when I was like, oh, this is a superhero movie.
Not really a superhero movie, but this in the realm of.
Because that's Batman's backstory. Right. So yeah, how earlier when you were like, oh yeah, this is a superhero movie. This is oh yeah, this is a superhero movie.
That was the point that I said it was a superhero movie.
Jesus Christ.
What? What is it?
You two.
What? Wow. I love how Joseph does not explain the problem. He's very vague. What's getting on your nerves so badly?
I wouldn't really say get on my nerves, but whatever.
I think this did kind of confuse me a bit, because I was like, are they going to continue Joker, or
there's plans for a sequel?
Is he going to be a part of the DCU?
It's not a part of the DCU.
Yeah, I know it's not. But I was like, why include the Batman thing in there exactly? Because I'm not sure, but can Batman be in there?
Well, Batman really isn't in there, technically.
No, he's asking for like a potential setup.
Yeah, I mean, like, why would they set it up?
Honestly, because you can't have a movie called Joker with it being the DC villain, clown prince of crime Joker, without having Bruce Wayne and everything like that in there. You can't.
So, what's the what would a sequel be about exactly?
Well, I mean, there's going to be an upcoming Batman film next year.
I mean, a sequel to
that's going to be in the DCEU though.
Yeah.
Well, Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, it sadly won't have any. Like they have said that this is a standalone movie, and that Jared Leto's Joker is still going to be the Joker of the DCU. Yeah.
They said their plans are for a sequel.
Yeah.
I don't remember what they said the sequel would be though.
Joker 2.
No, not what would it be, but what would you think it'd be about? Because at this point, like Joker as the fictional character is more smart, calm, and collected. So I would assume, I guess, it would kind of be about that, like him kind of knowing his worth, I guess, in a sense. Maybe?
I didn't know there was a confirmed sequel.
I mean, everything's a confirmed sequel once box office returns come in.
So on November 20th, 2019, Hollywood Reporter announced that a sequel was in development with Philip Silver and Phoenix expected to reprise their duties. However, Deadline Hollywood reported the same day that the Hollywood Reporter story was false and that negotiations had not even begun. Phillips responded to the reports by saying that he had discussed a sequel with Warner Brothers and it had remained a possibility, but it was not in development.
I would be honestly, I would be kind of disappointed if they continued. I mean, not that I'm saying I don't want to see more of Joaquin Phoenix because he's fantastic, but just like
it'd be more of a Joker film.
I forgot who says the quote, but it's like you always want the audience hungry than full, meaning like you don't want to.
I've never heard that quote. I've heard it's better to leave the audience wanting more.
There's another one similar to that. It's like hungry and full, but basically it just means that you don't like what Marvel's doing with constant movies. I mean, I guess people are still hyped about it, but like you would just want someone wanting more. Yeah, exactly.
I don't appreciate you taking shots at my Marvel though.
Joseph does not have any equity with Marvel.
Joseph is sponsored by Marvel, bro.
Honestly, I don't care for the recent Marvel movies.
Avengers Endgame? Man.
I mean, like, towards the end, I guess I was getting out of it. Infinity War and Endgame were, like, some of the ones I had to see because I was into, like, the early half.
Spider-Man Far From Home?
I still haven't seen any of the Spider-Man movies. Or Captain Marvel.
Don't waste your time on that one.
Okay, before we get into our scores, we don't have to, but I think Darius kind of hinted at earlier before the episode began that he wanted to explore some of the controversies surrounding the film. Like, people were worried that the inceldom community, it was going to inspire them to sort of like, I don't know, because around this time a lot of school shootings were going on, or public shootings, and they thought this would just exacerbate this even more.
Okay, I'm gonna let Darius, you have the floor, and because I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant right after you.
Okay, all right. So I have something written down because I can't remember what to say during stuff like this. So around the time of its release, there was a lot of controversy stirred up around a movie based on Joker, stemming from the shooting that happened in the screening of The Dark Knight Rises, where there were rumors going around that the person who did it referred to himself as a Joker. It was later debunked, but thoughts that more stuff like this would start up feared some people. So yeah, this is kind of interesting. I don't think anything would happen, but during a lot of interviews, like during Joaquin Phoenix's interviews, Zazie Bates interviews and stuff like that, even Todd, things were, they were being asked, like, yo, like, how do you feel about this? Like, what do you think about the controversies? And they've had to state multiple times that it's not the filmmaker's fault if something like that happens. But yeah, that's really something quick that I could say right quick. Joseph, the floor is yours.
You sure you're done? 'Cause I'm gonna spend about 5 minutes on this daggum stupid crap.
All right, I'm gonna mute J-Mash for 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's really all.
Man, I thought you would have more to say, Darius. being a part of the incel community.
Quick and to the point.
I'm joking.
Jesus Christ. Hey, I talked to a woman.
I don't like, even if you are relate to inceldom, I don't think that would mean you'd want to invoke violence among others. I think that was a very stupid headline that many publications were having out, and it was obviously for clicks, as they usually are. But the whole controversy was just so stupid and unnecessary.
Yeah.
But again, it was a popular movie and get clicks, so whatever. All right, let's let Joseph go on his little tirade, and then we'll get on with the review scores, and we'll wrap this episode up.
Okay, so I'm sick to death of everybody blaming, whether it's movies or video games or TV shows, whatever the case may be. I am sick to death of people blaming violent crimes, giving the criminals the scapegoat of saying, or not really a scapegoat, using that to further, I guess, victimize, for lack of a better term, video games and movies and TV shows. Video games, movies, TV shows, all of it. If they're violent, they have nothing to do with crimes. People who commit crimes are going to commit them regardless. That is because me, Noah, and Darius, all three of us, and I have several friends that are the same. We play Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty. What are some others, guys?
Frogger.
Really anything. Yeah,
freaking Frogger.
Fallout, Far Cry, Devil May Cry,
Saints Row.
Many hack and slash.
All these.
Two.
Okay, shut up. All these violent games.
2K17.
My God, all these violent games.
Why 17?
And
I don't know.
We've never shot up a school. We never committed any real crimes that I'm aware of. Y'all too may have a little history that I don't know about. Hey, that's neither here nor there.
How would I have a passport if I committed a crime?
I didn't say passport, did I?
No, I was just saying I have a passport, and I don't think you're eligible if you have a misdemeanor or higher. Anyway, continue.
I don't know. We've played like I said, Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, Saints Row, Far Cry, all those kind of like shoot 'em up shooter games. Never we shot up a school. Never have we shot somebody. Never have we done any kind of crime in real life. It's a mental health issue. I'm not saying every person who has mental health is going to be a criminal. Every criminal has a mental health, but not every mental health person is a criminal. There's a difference.
I'd say it's a mixture between either mental health or like your background, like how you were raised and stuff, or
I think sometimes it has to do with neither, and there's no method to the madness. But I don't want to totally disregard.
It's a mental health thing.
No, it doesn't have to be. But also, I don't want to totally disregard the fact that these don't have any play in it. Like, most people are not gonna be influenced by it. But you'd be surprised how, especially at a younger age, if you're introduced to these violent media, it could influence.
See, that's on the parents. That's on the
exactly. But I'm just saying that I was just saying with your argument, I don't think there's 0% chance that it has like no influence on someone. Like, for example, I'm not saying hip hop music is bad, but it influences like people to do drive-bys maybe. Well, not exactly that, but just like I don't know.
Any person who is fully developed brain, not a kid, knows better.
You would think so, but someone recently got in Florida, they got jailed for shooting someone because they were taking too long to make his hamburger at Burger King.
That's a mental health.
Jesus Christ.
I just think he wanted his angry Whopper.
Jesus. Like I said, I think that it's always been and always will be just a mental health issue. Like I said, not every person with mental issues will be a criminal, but every criminal has some kind of mental illness.
I wouldn't even say exactly that, but they do correlate. Are you done, or is there anything else you wanted to discuss on that topic?
I'm pretty much done.
Okay, so this is the part where we give our insightful and important review scores, more influential than any other movie critic on the interwebs or any other source of media. So, who wants to go first? Any takers?
Okay. I'll go first.
No, let's actually save Darius for last.
Damn. Okay.
I'll go first. Okay. I love Joker 2019. Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic. Everybody's fantastic, really, but Joaquin Phoenix, of course, steals the show. He just portrays this character so well with little nuances. The film is shot beautifully. Like I said, I love the color grading, even though I'm not a huge fan of a lot of movies overdoing it. Like the original score was really good, but also the music that's, I can't remember songs off the top of my head, but just like already made music is really fitting with the movie. No slow moments. Just really engaging film. Love it a lot. I give this one a 5 out of 5. Joseph, Joseph, go next.
Let me go next. Me, very much the same. I think this is an awesome movie. I was really surprised, but at the same time, I was real happy that they freaking nominated this movie for the Best Picture. It didn't win. I think Parasite won.
Yeah, Parasite. But Joaquin won Best Supporting Actor, though.
Yeah, and I was just about
to say... Or not supporting, but lead.
Yeah, Best Actor. I was just about to say, I was thinking about this while you were talking about your score. And I'll just bring that question up after I say mine. But yeah, I think this is my score 100%. I don't think I've given one movie that we watched on this channel a 100% before, but this is going to be the first one.
This is my first perfect score.
Yeah, the cinematography, the acting, the directing, the writing, was everything I love about Joker.
Yes, masterfully.
But the question I want to bring up, and Darius, I'll let you be the first one to answer it, since you're gonna go next with your little score.
Little score.
Little score.
Who is the best Joker? Are you still saying it's freaking Jared Leto?
It's Jared Leto. It's Jared Leto, man.
I knew it.
Bro, how could he not? He has a purple Lamborghini.
Well, yeah. I actually have to side with Darius on this one.
That's like one good thing about that daggone.
He has damage on his forehead.
Yeah, bro, he's damaged. He's so damaged.
Am I supposed to answer this too, or?
Yeah.
Best Joker. Well, to be fair, we haven't really seen Arthur Fleck that much as the actual Joker. So I'm still going to have Heath Ledger's as the best.
See, here's the thing. If we're going live action, as far as the Joker character like comic book character, I'm going Joaquin Phoenix with Heath Ledger like right just below him, like just inches.
They both have something really different they bring to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, but did he portray Joker properly, or was he just a really good character?
Yeah, that's my thing. Like, I haven't seen him that much
Joker
as the actual Joker, and I just think he portrayed this really good character piece that just pertains to the Joker. Like, I don't like unless he's in another movie coming up, which I doubt. I still give that crowning achievement to Heath Ledger's Joker, because he was the Joker already in action the whole movie.
Like I said, I'm not saying that Heath Ledger was like miles below Joaquin Phoenix. It's neck and neck. But I just edge out Joaquin Phoenix because of the fact that he gave, first of all, the laugh, which I would. That's a fight right there. But anyways. Even
it's on
if
par
we're
with Mark Hamill's laugh. It's on par.
Yeah. And speaking of Mark Hamill, I would actually take him as my probably favorite Joker.
That makes sense.
Overall.
He's been in so much animated Jokers. He's just like
the laugh, the voice, everything.
Speaking of the laugh, are we going to hear from Mr. J?
In a minute. I was just gonna say that I think Mark Hamill is the best Joker because he was the perfect blend of like the comedic kind of side, like Jack Nicholson and Cesar Romero of the '60s, and serious, more darker side of the like Heath Ledger and Joaquin Phoenix and kind of Jared Leto, I guess.
But just like Joaquin is mesmerizing, and he's great, but just something about Heath Ledger is like, I don't know. I still think it's the best live action performance we've seen.
Speaking of, Joaquin,
and I will say that he did a great job in however long, like he wasn't on screen for very long, and I've already talked about how my feelings on the freaking Dark Knight movie.
Yeah. Speaking of Joaquin Phoenix, wasn't there this whole thing going around like he is a method actor, correct?
Yeah.
So he really got into this role, starved himself.
Yeah, he lost 52 pounds.
This properly.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I didn't know that number, but I know he lost. I mean, you look at that daggone trailer where he was tying his shoes or untying his shoes.
Yeah. He was loosening them up.
Even in the movie when you can see his spine properly.
Yeah, literally the scene I was just talking about.
Oh, jeez, mate. Yeah.
Well, also when he's just on the sofa, his rib cage is very prominent.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a scene where he danced in underwear or something?
Maybe in his pajamas.
I want to say there was one where he came in a bathtub or something.
I think you're mistaken. But let's get into wait, what was your question? Did you already ask your question about his method acting?
Yeah, I was just gonna we just had to talk about it. That's really
that
good.
He lost all that weight, yeah. But all right, here we are. To me, the most interesting part of the show, Darius's review score of Joker.
Okay. The shots were amazing. Color scheme wise, they showed the mood of not the audience, but Arthur. Musical choices ranged from this eerie tone you hear a lot throughout it, maybe a violin, and some of these sad but kind of happy acoustic sounding songs. Again, they aren't here to help the audience understand, but kind of show what Arthur is going through / thinking, how convoluted his thoughts and desires are. I think all the characters besides Arthur left a lot to be desired, but I think that makes sense since this film was literally just about Arthur, so yeah, it didn't really pay much attention to anyone else. The movie was a spectacle. I'm not sure how much of this actually happened or not, like in the movie, because there were a lot of illusions, and at the end, like we didn't talk about it, but he was end up in the Arkham State Hospital, and you're left wondering like how much of this actually happened and how much of this like wasn't real. Does that make sense?
I actually never thought about that.
I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed the film though, but personally, I don't think it lived up to the hype that everyone built it up for. Sadly, like all the reviews and stuff I heard that said it was great and stuff, I personally don't think it lived up to the hype. So I'm gonna have to say 7 out of 10.
That's a hot take. Joseph's shocked, I think. He's in shock. Josie? Oh shit, I think you just turned him into the Joker.
Oh man. Oh man.
You have damaged him.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Seriously, where is Shamash? Joseph?
Did I put him in a shock?
Joseph, you there?
God, that was like Wicked Witch of the West. God,
I think you did it so loud that Discord didn't pick it up.
oh man.
I mean, his audacity.
Yeah, the audacity picked it up. Yeah.
Can you give us another one? Try your best Joaquin Phoenix impression.
Like his voice impression or the laugh?
Like his laugh.
No, hang on, let me hear it again.
But yeah, Darius, that's interesting.
Guys, we did it. We're almost at the 2-hour mark.
Jesus. We were just talking about last night how Scrooge never hit 2 hours. We should put in
I can't do that. I can't.
Just give us what you think the Joker would sound like in your head. Just give us a text.
I'm trying to.
You're overthinking it, dude. You're overthinking
it.
Just do it. You're overthinking.
I'm trying to think of what Mark Hamill's laugh is.
Like I said, you're overthinking it. You do your best Joker laughs when it's just you just do it.
Yeah, bro. If you were evil and or Shia LaBeouf, just do it, man.
Okay. I'll give you something new. Don't think about the Joker. Just thinking about if you actually went insane, how would you laugh? Let's hear Darius's Joker laugh first.
Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, it ain't fun. It ain't fun when it's on you, is it?
I don't have a Joker laugh.
My point exactly. Why don't you give yours? Why don't we all give ours?
Okay, at the same time. 3, 2, 1. There
you guys go.
It's a good thing that I'm roommates with Mark Hamill. Mark, get in here. Let's hear the Joker laugh.
Yeah. Luke Skywalker, mother.
All right, we've been waiting 2 hours for Joker laugh. Let's hear it. Joseph,
that was my Joker laugh.
I didn't hear it. That was pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That was awful. Stop.
Does anybody want to shout anything out or have any closing words?
Shout out to Scooge. You guys should check out this podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. If you're watching this on Spotify or iTunes,
subscribe and share.
Watch the rest of the episodes because this is amazing. Yeah, share it to others.
Yeah, if you watch these episodes and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Because there's like at least like 70 people watching. but 15 subscribers.
Yeah, this is definitely something we should say like at the beginning, but it's fine.
But yeah, our first 3-man Scooge episode.
Also, our first 2-hour recording session.
Thank you all for joining us for this amazing episode. We had a lot of fun talking about one of my favorite movies, as gave it a perfect score. Joseph as well. Make sure. Oh yeah,
Darius was a sellout.
Darius, what's your movie suggestion?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I forgot about that.
So
Me too.
I've been looking at some trailers. Something's coming out this Friday. Since we're already looked at this superhero movie, a movie coming out this Friday on Netflix called Project Power.
Okay.
I think that would be my suggestion if we want to watch that. It comes out this Friday on Netflix.
Sounds good.
Is that a Netflix original?
Yeah, it has like Jamie Foxx and some other people in there.
Sounds like a film atrocity episode. That's good. Make sure to tune in for episode 8 for what was the movie called?
See if it can beat The Godfather 3 as the lowest rated movie we rate.
Hey, come on, give it a chance. It might be good. Not surprises.
I have no idea what to think about it. I just looked at the trailer. That's it. That's all we have to look at.
Well, anyway, make sure to tune in for the next episode. We thank you all for watching.
Mash out.